Music and Talk with MikeLive.
I'm sitting in Burbank right now, and I got my guest who's sitting right next to me. And before I even just introduce this woman, she's extremely smart. And one thing that I respect about people is when they come into this world as an adult and really have a career for themselves and know what they want to do, and then aside from the career, do music and dive into the music game. I think it's really exciting. Tonika is right here live on Dash Radio Hip Hop X with MikeLive. Please, could you give me just a little bit of, the reason, with your name, Tonika and Tonika, right? Yes. So I thought Tonika is like, what is the backstory on Tonika?
So Tonika is a combination of my mom and dad's name.
Okay.
My dad's name is Anthony, but they call him Tony.
Okay.
And my mom's name is Katrina, so they decided Tonika.
What is your social media platform?
Yes, Instagram. On Instagram at Queen Tonika.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow me there. Also on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Queen Tonika. Subscribe to my page. My music video is out. You can click like button if you like it. Make a comment. We can definitely talk. You can DM me. Ask me any questions.
I got questions. I mean, can I ask you some questions? I want to ask you some questions. Where are you born and raised?
Okay, so I was born in Detroit. That is where my mom is from. But I was raised in L.A. ever since I was 3 years old, so it's all I know.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so when you were young, you came out from Detroit. What was the reason your mom came out to L.A.?
She fell in love with the city lights, My mom was the first of my whole entire family to move out here. And then when she got here, my grandma came, my aunts, my uncles. So I'm so glad she made that decision to come. She also wanted to sing as well.
Wow.
But, you got to work, and my mom put me a priority. So she just wanted something more promising, and it rubbed off on me. She didn't even encourage this. It just was in me, and I needed to kind of get it out.
Music and Talk with MikeLive.
I'm excited because this woman is super talented. I see it in her eyes. She's got this motivation about her. And one thing that I noticed about you is, obviously we're talking about how smart you are. What was your profession that you got into when you first decided you wanted to enter this adult world of having a career?
Yes, so my major was biology.
Okay.
And I was pre-med, but decided just to get a bachelor's, and I worked as a spectroscopist. That was my first major job.
I can't even say that. Say that again, please.
Can you? Spectroscopist.
Oh my gosh.
And
spectroscopist. I can't even say it. I get it.
Yeah, I worked in a lab first, and then that launched me off to being an engineer, so biomedical engineering for 10 years.
Wow, 10 years.
Yeah.
And that 10 years that you did that, were you able to just kind of like understand, like, now I want to really focus on music now? Like, what became the music? Obviously, doing what you do can be like really difficult,
Yeah, and I had no energy to be creative when I got home from work. But the thing is, I've been working and planting seeds in music for the 10 years that I have been working.
Wow.
My first demo I did 10 years ago was by Etta James, Something's Got a Hold on Me.
No way.
Yeah, and shout out to the studio that I recorded in. The Jackson 5 recorded there too.
No way.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Paramount Studios.
Oh, so you were in a legendary studio.
Oh yeah.
Is that the one off of what is that, Santa Monica?
Yes.
I've been there.
And then they had to upgrade me I because they accidentally double booked me in the studio I paid for.
Yeah.
And so they bumped me up to the Jackson 5 studio.
Oh, that's awesome.
I had a lounge to myself. I was like, man, I wish I could.
It's time to create magic. Yeah, time to create.
Music and Talk with MikeLive.
Yo, what was the whole concept of you just saying, you know what, I'm going to put a record out where no one can mess up my vibe?
You know what? I've been wanting to do it. And so any emotion that I would have, like even my breaks at work, I'd be typing and writing songs. Always, I would think of something to come in my head. I'll be in the shower. I record it on my phone. So I pieced it together, and, I created the album FreeQueency. Yeah.
So let's talk about FreeQueency. Let's talk about the album. How many tracks are on the album? What you got going on?
Yes, 11 tracks on the album. I definitely have more music to come. I'm really excited. The vibe is just, just feeling good. It's really inspirational songs on there.
Yeah.
The next song you're going to play actually is probably the only story within the songs. Something that a lot of women can relate to. I wasn't going to record it because I felt like it was maybe a little messy.
Yeah.
But, when I found out talking to other women, it was actually voted and very popular in the UK.
Really?
Some DJs reached out to me and did their own remixes to it. And so I'm really proud of this. We're actually going to be releasing visuals for this one pretty soon.
Nice,
I'm
nice.
excited.
And where could they see all your stuff on the visual side? You're on YouTube, right?
Yes, YouTube, Queen Tonika. Yes.
That's pretty simple.
Really, really simple.
Yeah.
Queen Tonika visuals or music video. Type that in.
Yeah.
Subscribe to my page.
Yeah.
Yes, already 60K plus likes, and it's been a week, so
Wow.
I'm really excited.
Music and Talk with MikeLive.
So here's my question for you, and this is something I like to, towards the end of the show, I always have like my last words of the show, and I give kind of motivational, not motivational speeches, but more so just life speeches, you know. Is Tonika a faithful human being as far as like, you know, do you go to church? Are you a believer of God? And what, you know, what is your religion?
Absolutely. I am a believer in God. I believe that God is first. God is all things. Physical is second. I was raised a Christian.
Wow.
I actually studied Judaism for about 3 years, and there was a point in my life for about 2 years I would go to both the synagogue on Saturday, and then I would go to church on Sunday.
Wow. Yeah.
I got really I dove into religion. I cut the TV off and the radio.
Wow.
And actually a lot of the songs that I wrote was inspired during that period of life when I just kind of separated myself
Yeah. Yeah.
and went on my own spiritual walk.
You know, that right there to me, that says a lot. You know what I mean? Because I'm a man of faith. Another thing that I truly believe in is karma. You know, how important is it for you and just doing good business? Because right now, I mean, I know you got a very strong foundation, you know, and shout out to your manager and the whole team that you got on board. How important is it for you to have just that fundamental structure and have family around you in this journey that you're taking with music?
It's so important, and also you learn that your family isn't just blood related, that you just meet people that things just click together and they're creating something that literally is like a puzzle to what you're creating. And then you, like, shout out to my choreographer, her name is Hania, Creative Fitness. You know, she helped me create a lot of the choreography and the movements for, especially he wanted me, the next visuals coming out. And definitely to my fiance, Dominique Scoggins. He helps me manage myself.
Congratulations
so,
too, by the way.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you. I see a lot of positive things happening. For me, you know, this whole COVID thing has been kind of just a moment to just take a breath and enjoy it. Like, I have a little one. I have an 11-month-old son. And, you know, that's just been like every day. I was telling my friends earlier, I was saying, you know, taking care of my son every day of my life, waking up and devoting every day to this guy who's going to be one day a special human being.
Yes.
You know, that is the most, to me, it means more than money. It means more than friendship. This is my family. This is my blood. You know what I mean? So I'm just in that mode of just like, you know, with post-COVID now, hopefully going into the new year, things change. But for you, what's the mood now going into the new year? Obviously, hopefully COVID will be behind us. You're putting out the album, but talk about just how you feel. You know what I mean?
You know what? I feel like living in the moment is so important. And I don't know about y'all, but I've always lived to, like, I'm always going.
Yeah.
Planning, creating,
running.
future, just
Right.
looking at the future. And
We'll
so this past 10 years, I've been creating.
Yeah.
So now that I've worked on this project, I'm presenting it to you guys. You know, I'm still creating, but I'm also working on just living in the moment.
Yeah, that's
because
awesome.
You never know what's going to happen. You never know when, you know,
Got
it's your
to.
time to go.
Oh,
and,
man,
And this
right.
is temporary, like my
Yeah.
song says, my last song on the album.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can't wait to see where you go next, because I know you're going to come back on this show as soon as Dash Radio comes back. You know, we're able to come back from COVID and everything, and we can go in a live studio. You have the official invite to come to this spot and sit with me on Hollywood Boulevard. We have a studio that looks over Hollywood, the Walk of Fame. So I want you to come back. But before that, give them the IG, give them the social media, tell them where they can find you, and just to look you up so they can go check out all your content.
Yes. Okay. So follow me on Instagram. Find me on Instagram. DM me. Ask me any questions. I'm very open. So Queen Tonika, at Queen Tonika. Subscribe to my page on YouTube. Queen Tonika is very simple. That's the name of my company, actually, which I released my album under. So
Nice.
yes.
So
Twitter,
independent.
Tonika.
You're independent.
Independent. Yes.
That's the way to go.
I finance my own self.
That's the way to go. Honestly, like, you know, the music business has changed. You know, the years that I've been doing radio, about almost 19 years, it's changed so much. What's one of the things that, obviously, you know, as an artist, independent artist, what's something that you could say that you hope that this music game takes this turn?
I hope that everyone will be more positive in just trusting the morals and values of this business. It's not only the music industry that, will have, some ethics that are questionable,
Right.
but we represent ourselves. And that's why I'm glad things are going digital. I know that's a debatable topic, but digital money is everything. Because, I've been stolen from. A lot of people have those stories of, someone promising you something and they not fulfill it.
Right.
But I don't operate like that. And the people that I work with do not operate like that. And that is my number one thing, is to always be honest.
Yeah.
And that's why I always say with people on my team, if you feel like something is wrong, speak up and let me know.
Say it.
Just let's communicate.
Love
Work on
that.
your communication.
Tonika, right here with Mike Live on Dash Radio Hip Hop X. You really just the information is so important. Obviously, you know this. Once you know, you can't unknow. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We're in times right now where we're coming up on a new presidency. I don't want to get into too much politics, but I do want to ask you real quick. Going into the new year, do we get better? Does it get better from here? Because you obviously, you've been in this world of, what the COVID is. You know what all this. This is your background. This is your career. Where does Tonika see, the 2021 going after this election?
I say it's only one way to go up from here. You just got to go up, because we've seen it all this year. We've been through so much, everybody. And I would say I hope that things will be better, but all we can do is just look forward and just be positive about it. But I do believe that 2021 is going to be the year.
I love it. Tonika, MikeLive, the MikeLive Show. I want to play your single one more time on this show. I normally don't do that. But let's just go ahead and play it again.
Yes,
You've taken up this
queen.
whole slot with me on Dash Radio, so go ahead, drop it.
Yes, y'all listening to Dash Radio right now. Sitting here with Mike. This has been the best interview ever.
And we're doing it remotely. I didn't pay her to say that. We're doing it remotely.
Yes,
we're doing it remotely.
It's a beautiful day outside
Beautiful
with
day.
the trees and the oxygen. Yes, here's my song, Queen. Enjoy.
That's Tonika right there. Tonika. Let me get it right. Tonika right there.
Tonika.
Dash Radio, Hip Hop X, the Mike Live Show. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Music and talk.
Keeping everything live. You already know.